And we're getting a bit of a twofer on this one, because we are going to watch a Ballistic High-Speed video. So we've seen that before, with the shooting firing around through the rifle scope. It was what, White Feathers? No, that's not saying. The sniper. Because Morals, you get the bonk because you said break Corey and Tysell out while I'm in the litter box. That's why you got the bonk. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at Ballistic High-Speed. And with featuring Fat Electrician. So it's high speed, Ballistic High-Speed with Fat Electrician. So we're getting the double dose. So this is gonna be fun, I suspect. And watch on Nick's stream, it's over an hour? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's really... That one's really long, so Nick's video about that sniper, I'm gonna have to watch my own because it's like an hour and a half long. But I am gonna watch that on my own. But alright. Let us check this out. For our final video tonight. It's the power of a 30-06 in super slow-mo. So this should be good.
This is your brain. This is your brain on communism. Today we're talking about fast bullets and slow motion.
Wait. We already did your video. It's ours. We got this, Nick. Welcome back to Ballistic High-Speed. As you can see, we've got some old guns today. It looks like an M16. And what is this?
This is a Winchester Model 70 chambered in 30-06. We actually just did my video on this. This is Carlos Hathcock's video. That's some pretty sweet slow-mo.
The scope shot and everything. Yeah. So head over to PV's channel if you want to see that.
It's going to be fun to compare because...
Oh, this is a follow-up to the scope shot. Okay. Interesting. All right, I didn't realize this was a follow-up. Cool.
The original M16, when it came out during Vietnam, a lot of Vietnam vets absolutely hated it because the 5.56 round, they said that it would actually tumble if it hit grass, which I didn't necessarily believe. And then we actually did Brandon's assassination video.
The ear shot.
It nicked the ear, and that keyholed the 5.56 round, so I've been a believer ever since. But they preferred a bigger round that was capable of blowing through the jungle and through the brush.
And it's so incredibly hard to stop. It is actually...
And you know what? That was what they were just saying about the 5.56 tumbling. That's actually been, from what I have heard from people in the military, has almost been treated like a selling point. The fact that the 5.56 will tumble, because when you hit someone with, you know, if a soldier was to hit someone with a 5.56 round from their M16, because it tumbles, that round could bounce God knows where through the body, making it even more lethal. Because it could enter in the lower right and go end up in the upper left. So... exactly. It bounces all over the place. And Moros, have a good night. So yeah, I mean the 5.56 is a very dangerous round. You think it was the original before they fixed twist rates? Okay, it's possible. I haven't heard anything about any adjustments made in that nature. I think it was because I hadn't fully stabilized. Okay. I mean, I didn't watch that video because I can't. Well, I can't watch that video on stream because of the nature of it. I don't want to risk the possibility of my channel getting nuked because of the subject matter. So, okay.
Still the top tier NIJ standardized test for level
Wait, Lucas, Bjork Meets Food is in your state? Is there any chance that you're gonna be able to be present for one of his challenges? I mean, granted, it's a state, it's fucking big. Do you think you're gonna be, are there any restaurants near you that have some kind of food challenges you think he might be going after? Cause if you could be there for it, that would be fucking awesome. And if you are able to be there and you do meet him, by some miracle, if by some miracle you are able to meet him, please, tell him that I and everyone here in chat says, oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping you could, like, say hi from all of us and tell him that we love watching his videos, but he's 2 hours away, so, oh well. Ah well.
It is actually still the top tier NIJ standardized test for level 4 ceramic armor, which we have today. So we get to test historical weapons against modern armor. First, we're just gonna have some fun. Yeah, you wanna shoot a watermelon?
Absolutely.
Let's do it, let's do it.
Today we're going to be testing the ballistic difference between, that is a 62 grain 5.56 steel core round.
Hey, and to expound upon what Nick was saying, why Vietnam soldiers hated the M16A1 is it also was not, its construction design was as such that it would jam very easily if, if outside element factors like mud or dirt or something like that, which you're getting in the jungles of Vietnam, would, could fuck up the breech and fuck up the bolt. And so they would frequently jam. This was before improvements were made to the design, like the bolt design of the M16. So that's I don't think, from what I know of it, soldiers didn't like the M16 not because of the bullet tumble, but because the rifle jammed so often. That's why most soldiers hated using the M16 back then. And this is Ballistic High-Speed Spectra. Yeah, I mean, when they did the M16A2, they obviously made some very needed improvements, and they've been improving upon it ever since. But the A1 had some very serious flaws, and that's why the soldiers really hated them. That's why a lot of them would prefer going with the shotgun. So yeah, it's yeah. And Pride Delta, thank you for the follow and welcome.
Being shot out of a Vietnam era M16 with a 20-inch barrel.
That is a 180 grain Hornady SST Super Performance out of the Winchester Model 70.
So two kind of historic guns, and anytime you say history on YouTube, this guy just kind of apparates. So we have the YouTube historian here with us. Unfortunately, we're catching you on your way out of town. Yeah. So we're gonna let him pop these two watermelons, and then we'll let you be on your way, and then we're gonna work our way up to our armor test. Let's get to it. Yeah, go for it. Oh my. Nice. Oh.
Oh!
Okay, yeah, that was more than I was thinking. Okay. The fact that it just went away makes me wonder what else we could do with 30-06, you know?
This is your brain.
Yes.
This is your brain on communism.
All right, let's see what 5.56 does to watermelon at 50,000 frames a second. Oh, is it?
I think he was just about to say it. It was already tumbling. Did you see that? It was already tumbling before. Yep. It was already into a tumble before it even hit the watermelon, and that was at a reasonable range too. Oh my.
Oh, is it already keyhole?
Yeah. It's keyholing from nothing.
From nothing.
I told you it keyholed. It's keyholing from the wind.
Nah, but you know what? It was tumbling, but it obliterated this fucking watermelon. Where's Scott when you need him? This is a Scott shot situation right now. But wow. Yep. Well, no, Lootcast, they've since corrected that tumbling fallacy with the M6 because this was an M16A1 that they're shooting, a Vietnam era M16A1. They have made vast improvements to the M16 style or now AR-15 style rifles, where this does not happen anymore. Now they've dialed it in so the round does not tumble. But this is, this is old school. And good night, kitten. Have a good night. Yeah, that's it. That's an A1. Hang on. I'll back it up. Let me see if we get a good view of the rifle. Hang on. See, we're at 230. Okay. He's kind of covering it. I think hang on. Let me see if we can get a better shot. Hang on. Yeah. Here's the forward assist right here. Yeah, forward assist. So yeah, this is indeed, yeah, it's a Vietnam era A1.
Is thinner droplets, the chunks are smaller, but once...
Oh shit, I jumped too
I
far.
apologize.
Crap.
I doubted the Vietnam guys for like a decade.
It was Mannix.
I apologize. I was wrong. That thing's a piece of shit.
No kidding. Okay, so I basically converted...
And by the way, that tumble also means that it's fucking the range on that rifle too. If it's tumbling that quickly, it means that you're losing aerodynamics and you're losing range. So, again, another reason why it's understandable that the Vietnam era military troops hated the A1.
it to liquid. So put a hunting 30-06 round in there. What's that going to do?
Well,
Further.
Rubble, and that's what I was saying earlier. The tumbling is beneficial in terms of the damage it can inflict on the human body, but it doesn't help you with the accuracy and the range. So, yes, there is a benefit to the end result, but it's getting there in the first place. That was the problem. And that's why Nick was saying that, all the Vietnam era soldiers were talking about how much they hated it. It was getting to the point where the tumbling was beneficial that was so difficult.
The splatter is further.
Okay, well, at least we'll have a direct comparison.
If that was normal, this is going to look like a Tarantino movie.
You want to shoot the 30-06 too?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Let's go do it.
This size difference. There's more powder than there is in the entire 5.56.
It's quite a step up.
This is what Grandpa used in World War II, and this is what we use now.
I don't know. The most funny part is that this is what they're scared of and want to ban, but they don't care about this.
Yeah, you can have this all you want. This one's scary and horrible. Ready?
Ready?
Holy crap! That looked like it had.
Yeah, Lootcast? Yeah, but here's why they want to ban the 5.56. Like when it was talked about, is because the 5.56 is used in what is considered by people that don't know fuck all about how the world works, assault rifles. And you can stack 30 commonly do stack 30 into a magazine, whereas the 30-06 is typically not found in a weapon that takes a magazine. Typically, I'm not saying that ever. I'm saying typically, from the thought process of those in charge that don't actually have a fucking clue how the world works. That's the explanation why they want to ban the 5.56 versus the 308. It's an incredibly stupid reason. I'm 100% agreement with that. But that is very likely the reason. And yes, Hydra, you are correct. 5.56 is a spicy 223, which is just a which is a variant of a 22 caliber. Yes, that is correct.
Had a firework inside of it or something.
Dude.
Holy.
The table sank down from that one.
I wouldn't be surprised if that table's bent or broken.
That's gnarly.
There was a watermelon.
Grandpa's onto something, man. That's nuts.
Yeah.
It's a round that won World War II.
I can't tell what's watermelon and what's brain blood.
Look at that! Look at that spiraling.
Right out the back. Completely unstopped.
Whoa! And you notice the exit wound size on this thing is so much bigger than the 5.56. So much bigger.
Unstopped, straight through.
Filled the whole.
And let me point out. Notice how, like, here's the entry point right here. Notice how straight and true the path is versus what the 5.56 did. The 5.56 had an entry point here and an exit point down here. Yes, it obliterated the watermelon, but the exit point was down here, hence the tumble. Whereas the 5.56 punched a straight line clean through. So again, another big difference between the two
Right out the
rounds.
back. Completely unstopped, straight through.
Filled the whole frame.
Yeah,
the bullet
Robo,
went straight
the
through.
308 is a nice
tear.
little sweet
The
spot
watermelon
between the
didn't
two.
know it was shot until there was already an exit wound.
It's like slightly
That's
mushroom.
Grandpa's gun. What if you're shooting a Nazi and he's another Nazi behind him?
Look at that vapor trail behind it.
Ah.
That's wild.
In high speed.
Well, and Taurus also, and I'm belaboring this, but once again, it was fired from an A1, which has different rifling, which it did not stabilize at all. The 5.56, oh, they're actually a shot, so we can see a side-by-side comparison
It
here.
doesn't look totally different on the fragment.
Yeah, see? It's the angle. Like, he shot it straight, but it actually hit and went at a downward angle. Like this. So, hang on. Yeah, so watch the 5.56 round. It's already tumbling, and because of the strike, the impact, not the rear projection from the round, caused it to go at a downward angle to exit out. So it had already lost momentum by the time it had hit the watermelon, that the impact with the watermelon caused its trajectory to radically alter down. And again, this is because it was fired from an A1, not because of the round itself, but because it was fired from an A1. So, yeah, we're seeing not only the differences in the calibers, but the difference in the age of the weapons and the technology behind behind putting these weapons together. Yeah, Robo, I would be very interested if one of the gun tubers basically took firearms throughout the ages, like the history of the M16, and did a side-by-side shooting comparison of an A1, an A2, an A3, and A4. I would really love to see that, like a comparison of shooting each of those. That would be fucking fascinating.
Fragmentation, but once it's expanded, all the water is thinner droplets, the chunks are smaller. It converted a lot more energy into it.
That blew apart a lot more, like naked eye wise. We got the table nice and red, but you probably noticed it was red before. That was because these two guys just did a historical recreation. It's over on PewView's channel, the Carlos Hathcock Sniper Through the Scope. It was actually pretty sweet.
The high speed was pretty delicious.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep shooting guns with PewView today, some more of the old gun high speed stuff, but thanks again for coming out.
absolutely. Thanks for
Hopefully you
having
had fun popping some watermelons.
Cheer 100. I am betting that A1 has shot out rifling. Who knows how many rounds have gone through it if it is over 50 years old.
Bucket, I would suspect that before they used it with this test, they would have probably inspected it and tested it to ensure that the rifling was of a degree that it could be reasonably accurate.
A person did that before actually. I got to find his name, Cheer 100.
Rebel, if you're able to find that video, post that in the video suggestions. If you can find that, I would love to see it, and I would love to react to it. If it's not too long of a video, I would love to react to that.
Thank you. I'll see you
Absolutely.
later. You guys need to go subscribe to these two because only like 30% of
Less.
the people that
It's
want
less.
to
It's
subscribe.
like 10.
So yeah, go subscribe to them. And I gotta go. See
Thanks
ya.
so much. Bye.
All right, now that Nick's done blowing some stuff up for fun, we've got an armor test today. We brought out a 30-06 AP because these are level 4 ceramics from Guard Dog Body Armor. You've seen these on our channel before, but last time we kind of went straight to some crazy stuff.
That's why he's got some wounds right here.
Yeah, so he kind of got hit with some cinder blocks and stuff. You can go check that out in our other video. So we've got their plate carriers. They've got different colors. They've got different pouches. There's a setup for anything that you could want on there. So shout out to Guard Dog for hooking us up with some more of these.
We got up pretty close to Vietnam era M16 here. So originally the 223 was developed for a 55 grain projectile out of a 20-inch barrel. So using steel core, 62 grain. We need more of a modern gun to make it not keyhole. So we got the Radian with the Gideon LPVO 1-8 on top of it, just to kind of make this test a little more fair.
Yeah, because NIJ wouldn't accept a keyhole.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't make much sense. So 62 grain out of this should be a good flight, and then we can actually get a decent comparison.
This is actually a longer barrel than the NIJ would use,
Right?
right?
Is it 24? Yeah.
24, I believe the NIJ standard is 30-06 AP out of a 20-inch barrel, so this will actually be moving a little bit more.
Maybe you should chrono with your slow-mo to see how the difference is between a 20-inch and a 24-inch.
We could do that. We could do that.
With the Radian Mod 1, we had to modernize it a little bit, so we also got a modern scope on there, because if you know anything about old scopes, getting pinpoint accuracy just isn't the easiest thing to do. So we got the Gideon 1-8 on top of that. These things are pretty well placed, exposed to turrets. It's got a BDC reticle. It's first focal plane. It's a decent little optic. So shout out to Gideon for sending this out to us. If you guys want to pick one up for yourself, we'll put a link down in the description below. Let's go ahead and shoot this thing.
Rich, YouTube, I don't have that link in my description. Please do not kill me when I post this video. I don't add any links to any of this stuff, so please don't hurt me.
Nice hit.
Nice. Oh, can you guys see that okay? Were you guys able to see the right side okay? Or am I blocking too much of it? Like I could probably, hang on, let me back it up. I'm gonna shift to the center. I'll shift to right here. That should be a good position where you guys can see everything. Oh.
All right, we're moving up to the top of the NIJ standard here. We've got the 30-06. I unfortunately don't get a good reticle. I'm stuck with what Carlos Hathcock had back in Nam. We're gonna do this out of this Winchester model.
You know what? You hit it like you fucking bullseyed that fucking scope with using this scope. So, I think you'll be fine.
Model 70.
Oh shit! Hang on. Yeah, exactly. Bactra. He needs to just get good.
Winchester Model 70.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever shot a level 4 ceramic not guard?
Okay, so you notice something? We don't have as big of, I'll call it an explosion, as the 5.56 round. It is a much smaller hole with less of the ballistic material. And yeah, Pactra, that's what I'm thinking. The round penetrated deeper into the armor, thus you did not have as much of the ballistic threading ejected out of the wound, essentially. So do you think it made it through? I don't think it made it through. I think the armor held. I don't know. Yeah, well, the armor was rated for, yeah, so 30-06, yeah, it'd be within that range.
Guard dog, because I've just now knew that guard dog puts a level of Kevlar in front of that to stop fragments.
We did Armored Republic, their ceramic, and I noticed a lot more of that ceramic material makes it out.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yep, right to the tip top of it.
That hurt a little bit, but you're fine. Maybe a cracked rib or two.
Yeah.
Probably not breathing for a few seconds.
You're alive.
This is a very good representation of 223 versus 30-06 AP.
Yeah, that 223 barely even did anything to the fabric.
I'd prefer.
Like, holy crap! Look at that. That's from the 30. That's from the 30-06. Wow, like he barely. Like, this was holding on by the skin of its teeth to keep that 30-06 from escaping. Holy shit. This would fucking hurt. Like, this would have been bad enough, but this would fucking hurt. And yeah, what they were talking about, I'd say you probably would get, well, there's a chance you would get a cracked rib. And, oh yeah, absolutely, Pactra. Better the plate than anywhere else, but this is gonna hurt.
Fabric.
I'd prefer that to the alternative. We could show what the alternative would be.
The alternative would be
Death.
kind of awesome, and it'd be even more awesome in high speed.
It really would be. You want to smoke him with one?
I'm a doctor.
Put your skin back on, man. Good job, guard dog. That absolutely stopped it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Saved his life. Let's shoot him.
He needs some.
Alpha Smedrille when I heard that it was driving about your tank. Oh, I know. Tanito, trust me, I've thought of that. I'm taking precautions to make sure that come tax time, that I've got, I'm prepared to pay the taxes for it. And it'll be paid here in Canada, Canito, and that will translate into the US because when I do my US taxes, it will show that I paid the taxes from the Twitch stuff here in Canada, and I will not have to, I won't get double dipped by the US for it.
Milk. Dude, that blew the 2x4
I know.
That was the coolest part.
Wait, I missed it because I was
Dude,
talking.
Dude, that blew the 2x4
What the hell?
That was the coolest part. That 2x4 is
Oh my
There it is.
god, that
That's
was so clean, I
almost the
couldn't even
entire
see
bullet
where
there.
it hit.
Oh wait, is that
the steel core.
steel core and that's copper?
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah, good eye.
It was so clean, I could barely see it.
That is wild.
It's still barely slowed down, I feel like.
It's crazy how much it diverted that steel core up.
Yeah.
That
Look at all
wound
the
cavity
spine
is
coming out of the
insane.
back.
It demonstrates again just how much bigger exit wounds are than entrance
Jesus.
He says I can throw this through the air, and with a Vietnam era 30-06, you're gonna shoot it out of the air.
I'm gonna try to.
I'm just gonna throw this through the air, and he's gonna shoot it, and Bryce.
Okay, if he is able to hit this, holy shit, if he can hit this, I may need a moment. Okay, let's see if he pulls this off.
Bryce is gonna get in slow-mo.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, here we go.
Was it in frame though? You see the bullet follow it.
Come on. Running out of
Get
time.
in there, where is it?
Oh.
Yes, Jonah, yes. Oh my God.
Bang, 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 bang.
Deb.
Whoa.
Wow. That was incredible. That was simply incredible. Oh. I may just save this video for later after stream. And
That was freaking sick, dude. Nice job.
Let's shoot something else.
Armor test is wrapped up. We had a little bit of fun with a trick shot there out of the 30-06. I still can't believe it. But now we're gonna get back to what the fat electrician was saying about Vietnam dudes not liking this because it destabilizes with like the touch of nearly anything.
You're really gonna see that when it comes to these pop cans right now.
Yep, so we just lined up 6. We'll be able to tell when it stopped, when it deviated, all that stuff. And these just always look so cool in slow-mo.
I'm gonna guess that 5.56 takes out 4 of them.
I'll go 5.
I say after the 3rd one, it won't be.
Okay, so we got 3, 4, and 5.
3, 4, 5. All right, let's do it.
I'm inclined to agree. With the tumble, it may not make it past the 3rd one. I'm inclined to think that it may not make it past the 3rd one. Hang on, what's... Oh, it is Orange Crush. Oh yeah, this is painful. I like Orange Crush. If it was any of the other flavors, I'd say fuck it, but it's Orange Crush, so... Now, okay. So, Bobcat, remember, this is the 5.56 being fired out of the M16A1, which tumbles if you breathe on it funny. And when it tumbles, the trajectory goes haywire. So, remember that. So that's why they're taking these bets. The 30-06, yeah, will blast through all of them. But this is the M16. So it's going to be tumbling before it even hits the first one. Yeah, I'm thinking the 3rd is going to divert it. That's my suspicion.
3, 4, and 5.
Oh,
3, 4, 5. All right, let's do it. Woo! That one jumped.
Look at the imprint from the down pressure of the cans. That's insane.
So that's what hydrostatic shock will do. It just sends energy everywhere.
It's in this can.
We're counting that.
So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6.
I assume this was number 1 because the base is flattened. right there.
3 are dead, and it stopped in the 4th. So whoever bet on the 4th?
4, yeah.
You?
No, I got 5.
Bryce? Good guess.
Let me see a kick out this side.
Alright, so stopped at 4, you are winner. Stopped at 4, you are winner.
All right, come on.
Here we go.
Oh, it did.
Oh,
too.
it did too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all those little pieces.
Yep.
It just exploded. Oh,
Wait,
it
wait,
did
Oh, it
too.
did.
hang on, I want to see the really slow-mo one.
Pieces.
Yep.
It just exploded that round.
So it's no wonder only like 1 piece went in that last can.
Okay. You notice, chat. It actually stayed... Cause did they fire this from the, wait, did they fire this from the A1? I thought they said they were firing this from the A1. Cause this thing was straight and true. This thing was straight and true. So I'm honestly a little surprised it stayed so straight and true the entire time. Still straight. Let's see if we can track it. Can't tell, but I'm thinking it's tumbling there. I'm thinking it's starting to tumble there. And we're not going to be able to see the rest of it.
It's no wonder only like 1 piece went in that last can.
It was just shrapnel. So
1. I said 3 on this one. 1.
the rest
that's
were
right.
just shrapnel.
But there was 1 tiny little chunk that went in the 4th.
Dude, that looks
Wow.
like CGI. This
It is
is
CGI.
insane.
Dude,
If it wasn't for that one little piece, I would have been right.
Yeah.
Same setup.
If it wasn't for that one little piece of shrapnel right here, I'd say it shrapneled after no, it shrapneled after I think it shrapneled after the third one. I have a suspicion because it looked like. Hang on. Let's see if we can get that close up again. Hang on. Alright, here we go. Hang on. Yeah, I'd say this might be. I know it's hard. We can't tell because all of the pop is obstructing the view of the bullet, unlike the first can. So it could be the bits, or it could be bits of the can. That could also be pieces of the can. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
I would have been right.
Same setup. We're going to do it with the 30-06 so that we can see what Nick was talking about, the stabilization differences between the 223-556 and the 30-06. Since 2 survived, we went ahead and just threw it on the back just in case. The challenge is still only 6 though. I'm going to say stops in the 6th.
I'm going to say the 8th one lives.
I'm going to go 5 again just because bullets divert out the sides quite often.
Okay, let's go find.
I'm gonna go crazy here, and I'm gonna say it's gonna punch. Like, yeah, Yard Dog. I'm gonna go crazy and say it's gonna punch through all 8. I think this might very well punch through all 8.
No.
Oh, that sounded like a secondary gunshot.
Oh.
Oh, that one survived. 2 survived. Oh.
Made it through
So
5.
technically that would have been all 6, right?
Yeah, that was all 6. It looks like the same thing.
6?
Just a small fragment. So it probably deviated out after the 5th, which I think is what you said. Did you hear the extra?
It sounded like a secondary explosion.
Whoa,
That was crazy.
Was that the big
Was that the
bang
sound?
that we heard?
What
is that?
I assumed that was.
I think maybe
Oh.
most of it's this way now, so it's such a bigger impact on the next one. Also, the velocity of that face.
Yeah, when it came out, when it hit can 3, it probably altered the bullet trajectory and caused so much more exit pressure that they heard another boom. Because look at the explosive force on this 3rd can versus the first 2. So you're getting more explosive force pressure, which is leading into the next ones. Wow.
That's pretty rapid.
It went high.
It seriously sounded like a gunshot.
I don't think we've ever seen that before.
That's crazy.
And that was just Full Metal Jacket, right? It's not hollow point or anything. Yeah.
Oh, the top of that.
That's what I saw go probably like 30 feet in the air. We hopped around a little bit. We started with an M16 and then we were on a new school 223. We were talking about optics, armor piercing versus FMJ and hunting rounds and all sorts of stuff. If you want to learn about all that stuff, there'll be a link in the description below for sdi.edu. It's an online gunsmithing school. They send all the tools and everything that you need to get your start in gunsmithing straight to you, whether you just want to study it for fun or you want to start your own gunsmithing business. Hit that link in the description below and go get started. Alrighty, to finish this off with a little bit.
Yeah, well, exactly sadistic, and and you could see it with that 3rd can. It's like the round it turned, which was exerting a broader force, because instead of it being the thinner spiraling bullet, if it had canted because of the force, you're now exerting more surface pressure against that liquid, and so then you've got the more surface pressure, still at incredibly high speed, exerting more pressure, and which makes absolute perfect sense.
Bit of excitement. We have some 91% isopropyl alcohol.
This is a 180 grain Hornady SST super performance, so it's about the hottest 30-06 you can get, almost.
So this is going to completely evaporate.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well that's good. And then we're gonna start a couple fires because at some point in that evaporation, the fuel to oxygen will make a perfect meetup What's the word?
Stoichiometry.
I think what they're going for is, to a degree, Patrick, yes, they're trying to create a fireball, which, with a hot round. And then that round, once it's caught fire, they are trying to light those two small little bundles. And yes, but this is still sealed. This bottle is sealed. So when you are introducing heat to alcohol, it no longer evaporates like they were saying in the video. It vaporizes. So it's a thermodynamic transition from evaporation, from just natural evaporation, to vaporization, because you're introducing heat and thus burning off the alcohol much faster than evaporation. And they're planning to use this to basically turn it into a flaming arrow, essentially. Hang on. What did he say? What kind of round did he say that they were
That's
using?
91% isopropyl alcohol.
This is a 180 grain Hornady SST Super Performance, so it's about the hottest 30-06 you can get, almost.
So this is going to completely evaporate.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well that's good. And then we're gonna start a couple fires, because at some point in that evaporation, the fuel to oxygen will make a perfect meetup. What's the word?
Stoichiometry.
Stoichiometry. And then it should ignite everything in the air.
Hopefully.
We did it with propane balloons way back in the day. It should be kind of the same thing.
Yes. But this should be a much bigger fireball.
Much bigger fireball. So we'll start a few fires here, maybe one down there. We'll hit this thing. I bet flames come out to like here, but it'll be fast.
The things you guys come up with amazes me. This is great.
I thought of it at Walmart.
Last shot of the day, let's do it. All right, here we go.
So they already ignited these. They're just trying to create a major fireball. Okay, I thought they were going to fire this through it and try to use the heat to... Okay. I see what I misunderstood what they were attempting to do in the first place. So they're just basically trying to just see how big of a fireball, because they're firing the round, the 306, through the isopropyl alcohol and trying to get its dispersal, trying to see how much its dispersal it can get and thus create a fireball. Okay, now it makes sense. Hi.
Sweet.
I want to see that in super slow-mo.
Oh, that's insane.
Holy smoke.
I didn't.
No.
Sent it like a rocket.
Oh, look at the shock.
Look at the table. Look at how much the table is bending from the force of that shot. Look at that. Holy crap.
It go through the fire.
Dude, look at the table warp.
Yes, he would.
So backlit first.
Oh,
Yep, and then
right as it came.
Oof.
That came really close.
Wow.
That's freaking
felt the
cool. Wow. That was awesome.
that was way bigger than I thought it would be. So that was
Yeah.
probably
Camera.
It didn't ignite as quickly as I thought it would. Honestly, that did not ignite as fast as I thought it would when you're looking at it through the slow motion. It actually took like a few more in slow motion. It took like a second or two longer than I thought it would for the isopropyl to ignite. Considering that you saw that like actually envelop the little small fires before it actually gates. Like one of those actually had taken flight before it ignited the alcohol. Yeah, it's just I'm surprised that what I'm saying by that is like it happened so fast. It surprised me.
like a 15-foot flame.
I'd buy that. I bet that's every bit of 15 feet in the air,
Well,
too.
because it also would have followed this rocket going up into the air.
Wow.
So we are down a nick, but we're up, I would say, a pretty awesome episode. Big shout out to you for letting us kind of ruin your range.
If you want to know why this table has been so darn beat up the last couple days, head over to POWA's channel and also head over to Fat Electrician. He did historical breakdown of scope shots from Carlos Hathcock. This one performed much better than the old one. I won't spoil exactly what happened, but thanks so much for coming out. Always a pleasure shooting with you. Thanks again to Guard Dog Body Armor for sending out their level 4 ceramic, trusting us with testing it. And also thanks to Gideon for sending out one of their scopes, which I'm really freaking impressed with what that did. It redirected 30-06 90 degrees down within an inch, which is pretty cool.
There's of course an extended cut over on Patreon. There's more yapping and yucking over there. It's all uncensored.
Emphasis on the yucking.
Yeah, it's all uncensored, swearing, all the extra jokes.
YouTube always gets the really trimmed down version of these videos. So if you want to see kind of the other nonsense we do behind the scenes, head over to Patreon. That supports the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe. Hopefully we'll see you in the next episode. Oh, where's that gonna go? Into the universe. I want to throw this, but I like it.
Oh, God, that's interesting. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. That was a great way to end the stream. Great video, I must say.